All the way from PHX and PDX, it's the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show.
He makes no bones about making the proclamation that he is. I'm talking about the Honky Tonk Man, the greatest intercontinental champion of all time.
He says I can't sing and I can't dance, but I can make romance, yeah. Right there in the fork in the road, I say go right. Bros Before Elbows says go left. I went right and then I understand what the situation was. I went over one bridge, yeah, and then when I crossed that bridge, I found out that I was on the right side, and I said, Bros Before Elbows, follow me, yeah, because I'm going straight to the top. The stars, yeah, the stars, one shining star in the night shining brighter than all the other ones, and I'm talking light years away. Yeah.
You're talking Macho Madness.
Macho Madness, yeah. Macho Madness rolling, yeah. You thought so, but I know so. And Macho Madness is coming straight at you, honky tonk man. And I like it, yeah. Cause I'm on a roll and I ain't stopping, yeah, bros. Before Elbows go right. And I'm going left.
Can I ask you a question, Macho Man?
No more questions.
Welcome to Bros Before Elbows, episode 2.4. You just heard from Gene Okerlund and Macho Man Randy Savage to kick off the show.
Yeah, coming at you from outer space.
Oh, the big wrestling ring in the sky, dropping elbows on angels left and right.
Causing earthquakes and tsunamis with my bows.
Higher Power, the latest WWE Hall of Famer inductee, Macho Man Randy Savage, and we are coming live from PDX and PHX. Tommy Masano, along with my brother, Anthony Masano. Macho Man, he's not giving up that mic. He's not giving it back. I think he might be here for the rest of the show, the next 60 minutes.
It's too good to not give up.
Oh, what about that banter, that award-winning banter I heard about?
Oh, my goodness. Man, it's been a crazy start of the year. My goodness. I must say, before the year, don't remember when our exact last episode was, but I do know it was before the year, of course.
It was before Christmas, I think, yeah.
It was, actually, and I was definitely blessed enough to be able to come back to Phoenix and spend it with the family. Yeah. And the nephews and you and mom and dad and little man, Dominic, Phoebes, and Crystal and everybody. Mm-hmm. Man, it was great.
Yeah, then you went back to Portland and you stayed in a hostel in Seattle, I heard.
I did. Got to see the Built to Spill show. My buddy Adam was working on the record for the last year, the new record for the last year. And we were able to see the band, go backstage, drink beers, and hang out and have a great time, dude. And Hostels was...
What about the hostel? Where do you sleep in a hostel, dude? I've never been in a hostel. I've not been blessed to sleep in a hostel. Where do you sleep?
You know what? To tell you the truth, it's super friendly. I mean, it's a different experience.
It's right by the venue, you said.
Literally right by the venue. Like
Convenient.
It was. So the show box was downtown, right by Pike, right by all the cool Pike Street and all the little shops and stuff. So that was really fun. Mm-hmm. So we were walking distance there. I just packed my side bag with me, my little man purse, my Morse, my Indiana Jones bag, nice. Satchel. And so I just packed that. So it was just an overnight stay, inexpensive. Mm-hmm. But the way the hostel is set up is you can pay for a private room, which is like 80 something bucks at this place, or
Woo.
you can share a room. Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of comes out to being like, whoa, that's kind of expensive. But if you share a room, so it's bunk beds, and I was in a four person room. It was me and Rob and then two other guys. I think they were from France. I don't know. But I didn't see them, and I didn't really talk to them because I didn't see them. Yeah. But it was kind of nice. So you get lockers. You can put your stuff in there if you want to leave it. You get your own key. There's a community bathroom with a key code. There's a lounge area. There's video games.
Nice.
You can, if you smoke cigarettes or smoke, whatever, you can do that. You can drink. Just hang out. And there's just a bunch of people internationally that tend to stay at these places because it's inexpensive. I think I paid like $34 or something for the night. But either way, it was super fun. Well, we went to the venue. We saw the band halfway through the band. I was really hungry and drunk, and there was this guy that made amazing hot dogs right in front of the venue.
What do you put on your hot dog?
Oh, man, I was pretty drunk, so I put a lot of sauerkraut, a lot of jalapenos,
Oh God!
and it was like a hot link.
It was
But
a hot link.
he put like cream cheese in the bun.
Ew.
Dude, it was so good. It was so good. Dude, it was so good. It was so good, dude. It was so good. It was so good, dude. I'm going to tell you. Ask me how good it was.
When you were out here with Liz and your bride, my bride, went out to Tempe, Arizona. You guys had a hot dog too. You guys had a chili dog. You remember?
We did, actually. We did. So we did
We're
bar
drunk
hopping.
and you had a chili
dude.
dog.
We were doing some bar hopping. And
Yeah,
then
dude,
we
that was a problem, man.
and then we went to what was it? Steak and Shake or something?
Yeah, Steak and Shake. Yeah,
was
the
good.
world's famous. It was all right. I was kind of proud. It was like the Five Guys Smash Burger esque kind of place. But yeah, it was all right. It was pretty good. Good drunk.
Atmosphere was cool, but it just reminded me of going to Sonic and getting a coney. To me, it's just like a boiled hot dog. It's like putting lipstick on a pig. It's like, just tell me it's a boiled freaking hot dog. You know what I mean? I'm cool with that.
Lipstick on a pig is a boiled hot dog. Pretty much, man. Yeah, you gotta grill those bad boys, man. They can pop.
They can. There's an art to it. The only place that makes the best hot dogs on the planet that I know of. And I've experienced a lot of hot dogs. Ted's Hot Dogs in Tempe.
Ooh, that's good, man. No, they're good. They ship their meats from Buffalo, New York, man. Yeah, they go put it right on the grill. It's good, man. Grilled hot dogs is always better than boiled hot dogs in my book.
Oh, the crunch. You got to get the crunch. You have to get the crunch. If I want boiled hot dog, I want like juice, you know? But if I want crunch and juice, Ted's Hot Dogs, dude.
Yeah, no,
Any
it's
day
good.
of the week.
Stamp of approval from
And
both.
I didn't go to
couples.
Ted's. We didn't go to Ted's at all.
No,
over
you
the
didn't.
break.
Yeah, you did. No, did you go to Burrito Company?
I didn't.
Oh,
Man, I was here a whole week and I didn't go to freaking Burrito Co.
Strategy. Oh well.
You know, I got to tell you, man, it was just a lot of lounging, a lot of just relaxing. I feel like every time I come to Phoenix, it's just go, 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 go. And this time was, got to spend a lot of time with you and the family, but also got to spend a lot of just kind of relax, like,
Lounge. Yeah. That's what the holidays are for, man. Take a little breather and then get kick started for the new year, dude. Now we're 2 weeks into the new year, dude. Now we're rolling.
Oh my goodness, it was crazy coming out of the gate.
Now
The
we're rolling
music
through the
hit.
episode.
I ran into the ring and hit the ropes.
It's like a Royal Rumble match, which we're rolling into in 2 weeks too as well.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait for the return of CM Punk.
Oh man, I think people would be disappointed if they wait for that one on the match. Chanting that.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a year ago to this week. I mean, at the end of the month. Yeah, the day after the Royal Rumble, we quit.
The times are changing.
I don't think he's singing too happily.
No, man, he's getting ready for his UFC career.
True, yeah, his pictures training and stuff, I think now. So yeah, it's getting closer.
Oh, man. Chipmunk
Crazy.
Punk coming in the octagon, gonna bring that funk.
It'd be awesome if he walked to the octagon with a chipmunk head on his over his ring gear.
That'd be freaking sweet.
He would totally psych out his opponent.
Man, but no, dude, Royal Rumble is coming up. I'm excited. I'm excited for wrestling in general, which is why I'm kind of really actually excited for this new episode that we're getting into, is because we're bringing back some of the other promotions. Yeah!
Yeah, we're reboot, man. TNA, ROH, come up to step up the
Woo!
line, man.
Even
Step
some
up
New
to the front line.
Japan.
Yeah, even some New Japan, dude, coming out this week.
We're going global.
Bros Before Elbows, 2015, we go global.
We're not pulling out any steps. Or we're pulling out all the steps. We're not being restrained by any type of order of stoppage.
We're running stop signs. We're not following the laws of the road.
We're rolling through them, giving enough time and space to let people know what we're going to do when we cross the road.
It's living dangerously this year. But speaking of living the good thing, good cause, what about our sponsor for one final time?
Hey, absolutely. This episode specifically of the Bros Before Elbows show is brought to you by our friends at Connor's Cure. Connor Mason Michalik is the inspiration for the fun of Connor's Cure. Donations will provide funds for pediatric brain and spinal cancer research and medical care for children and their families. Crush cancer by texting children to 90999. for a $5 donation, or you can go to givetochildrens.org/Connor's Cure.
Yeah, check them out. It's a great cause. So WWE actually approved charity. Stephanie McMahon, Triple H started the charity after WrestleMania 30, when Connor passed away. After you got to see his favorite wrestler, Daniel Bryan, perform at WrestleMania 30, and he passed away like a month later. But he was the first row. And if you go back and watch WrestleMania, you'll see Daniel Bryan give him a high five after the main event. You can check that out. But yeah, great cause, Connor's Cure. Go check it out.
Yes. Absolutely. Do a good thing and take it to the top. Yeah.
Exactly. What would Macho Man do? I've written that on my my palm.
I would do the good thing and reach in my soul. And I would do the good thing for humanity.
Does Macho Man have a smarty phone?
Macho Man uses Morse code.
He's the only code up in heaven that has a cell phone with Morse code app on it.
Communication by flag waving.
He does with smoke signals. He's lighting up a campfire and like doing like the thing where he waves the blanket.
I put notes on pigeons' feet.
Oh man, gotta love Macho Man. Gotta love the question of the day, which is back for 2015. What is fans out there, friends of the podcast Bros with Elbows community? What is your 2015 pro wrestling resolution? Let's make a resolution together, and we'll talk about that at the end of the show.
More butter.
We'll think about
No,
eat more butter. As long as while you're watching wrestling, while you're eating more butter, I guess that counts. I guess that counts as a pro wrestling. Yeah, eat more butter. Okay, that's a start.
Oh my goodness! So let's jump into the Raw recap real quick. Let's get into the just the main meat and potatoes of it.
John Cena, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar. I'm going off of the WWE.com recap because I don't have cable TV, but I saw a contract signing. And I saw some curb stomps.
And that actually looked like Brock Lesnar's head got squashed by his foot.
Dude, the difference of selling the curb stop between John Cena and Brock Lesnar is the difference between a car crash and a baby hug, basically. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, the way Brock Lesnar sold it, he got hit by a car, and John Cena just, it's a little baby hug.
Oh man, but I'm excited for that. I'm actually excited that they injected Rollins into the match. Is he using the actual Money in the Bank to do that?
No, he's just the Authority came back into power, and their first order of business was to make it a triple threat match at Royal Rumble. So it's Brock Lesnar versus John Cena versus Seth Rollins. First man to get the pinfall wins the title.
You know what? That is. I like the spontaneity of actually I should say the so many outcomes that could happen in a Royal Rumble match and then a triple threat match. So
yeah.
This is what makes the card exciting.
Do you think I do the Royal Rumble match first, or do you think they do the triple threat heavyweight title match first? Questions, man. Yeah, I mean, because if someone I'm thinking if someone loses in the triple threat match, they can come back in the Royal Rumble as a surprise entry or something. Like if Seth Rollins loses, or Brock Lesnar loses, or John Cena loses, or two of them are going to lose. One's the winner, so maybe the two losers can enter back into the Royal Rumble.
That's a good spin crazy if they do it that way. Actually, that could be.
Because imagine if Brock Lesnar hits at if he loses the match, but he comes in as a 30th entry of the Royal Rumble. How everyone would lose their pants if he went to that music. Oh my god!
Joey Styles would come out of nowhere.
Oh my god!
Pretty much, yeah, that'd be amazing. So yeah, I don't know what they're. I think the last couple of years. They did the title match after, because the one we went to in 2013.
They did the title match after.
Yeah, CM Punk versus The Rock, and then last year.
But that wasn't a 30-man, was it?
Yeah, it was a 30-man. Yeah, okay. It was a 30-man. The year before that, I think, was a 40-man. Yeah, they did it once.
Man, I love the bigger rumbles, dude.
But they just had a lot of Booker T's and Jerry Lawler and Kevin Nash. They had a lot of gimmicky. In the last 10 people in the 40-man Royal Rumble.
Godfather showed up, dude, when we were there.
He got eliminated instantly by Dolph Ziggler. They got a super kick. It was awesome. Dude.
Oh my goodness, dude. But bringing it back to the John Cena, Seth Rollins. That was a good match. I actually thought that was a good match. Seth Rollins is very spunky and very agile, and I think that works well with John Cena's kind of slower tempo, but accentuating himself.
It was a lumberjack match, and like some of the lumberjacks outside, they're all heels. I saw like Curtis Axel and like Titus O'Neil out there, which is kind of weird, like tossing around John Cena, which is like, what do you guys do? Like, really? Like, what does Curtis Axel and Titus O'Neil have beef with like John? Why are they trying to get on the good side of the authority or what?
Maybe. Could be a foreshadow for it, but man, I wouldn't look too deep into that.
Remember, I saw your boy Wade Barrett was out there.
Yeah. Wade Barrett.
New Intercontinental Champion.
Man, he's like a 4 or 5 time Intercontinental Champion, dude.
He wins it quick, man. Every time he comes back from injury, it seems like his next match is winning the IC belt back.
That's very true. That's very true. So are they building a beef between him and or no? Because Ziggler's fired.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
Ziggler, Ryback, and Chiefs Mask, Eric Rowan is all fired. That was the reason they did the John Cena Seth Rollins match. If John Cena won that lumberjack match, Ziggler, Ryback, and Rowan would be rehired.
That was
That was
right.
the stipulation. That's why they had the lumberjacks, so to stack the deck against Cena, and yeah, he just I think he ate a Big Show knockout punch, and then he got rolled back in the ring for the loss.
That's right. Yep. But
So
either way, those two look good in the freaking ring together.
Then another thing the Authority tried to do is they gave Dean Ambrose a psychological evaluation before he could get into the Royal Rumble, which is like weird having him look at like pictures or something. He looked at like a picture of like Triple H, a picture of Seth Rollins, a picture of Roman Reigns. They showed a picture of Hacksaw Jim Duggan for some reason. And it was like, what's your first thought of all those pictures? He said, brother for Roman Reigns, like scumbag for Seth Rollins, something for Triple H. And he saw Hacksaw. He goes, ho. And then the next picture after Stephanie McMahon was after Hacksaw was Stephanie McMahon. So guess what he said next?
Ho!
Exactly. cheap pop, cheap attitude era pop. But I dug it.
Oh, that was funny. And then the roles got reversed on the psychologist, and then Dean says that it's not okay if you sit down and pee.
That's so weird.
I don't know, man. I wonder what they're doing with him. Where's he going?
I don't know, man. He runs out in the middle of a Rusev match and loses.
No,
Rusev...
he during that match, his knee was all messed up,
and
the ref was like, "No, man, you can't compete." So he didn't really lose to Rusev. He just couldn't compete in the match against Rusev. But going back to the Bray Wyatt Dean, so everybody thought Dean was going to win and come out on top. But it doesn't seem to be. I didn't see the match, but I heard that Bray beat him clean in the ambulance match.
In an ambulance match, yeah, it was clean. The big spot was Dean Ambrose did a jumping elbow off the top of the ambulance onto a table. And that's it's a big spot, and he tried to roll Wyatt in, but he couldn't roll him in. I think Wyatt gave him a Sister Abigail against the ambulance, and then rolled him in. So, yeah, man, he lost that feud. He lost the feud of Seth Rollins technically, and now he just lost to Rusev. I mean, he's getting too many losses, man. It's I know it's they say losses don't matter in pro. I mean, he's really getting knocked down to get built back up. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I guess that's one good way to do it. I mean, you can only look really, really good, I guess, if you have looked really, really bad.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get some more wins, dude, because he's just kind of it's. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do from next. I guess him versus Rusev would be an interesting program, but I feel like Rusev would win that too, and I mean, lose 4 feuds in a row.
He's a former U.S. champ, though.
True. So I mean, it would make sense, but I just don't see him winning it, which kind of sucks. As if you're a Dean Ambrose fan, you want him to win a feud once in a while. I said he should feud with the Bunny next. Bunny from Adam Rose's.
I don't know, dude.
Let him get some wins, man.
Yes. I don't know.
Feud with Heath Slater. I don't know. Just geez, he fell really far from main eventing Hell in the Cell.
But you wonder who's looking good on the opposite side of the Shield? Roman Reigns, he's back.
He is back, yeah. He's feuding with the Big Show and beat Luke Harper.
He did. Dude, Luke Harper did a super kick.
Luke Harper's really athletic for a dude his size. It's kind of cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he moves really well. I love when he does this little dive through the ropes or whatever. It's kind of a 7-foot dude dive through the ropes.
Dude.
I'm insane, actually.
I like Luke Harper.
He likes hot dogs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I bet he puts on his shirt, man. He puts mustard on it,
Ah,
right?
that's very true. He wears a white shirt, so
think-
I'm sure there's a lot of sauerkraut stains. I just can't see them.
He lets them seep through, dude. Like, he doesn't like wipe it away like very soon to get that stain out.
He just marinates his shirts in sauerkraut.
That's how he gets that look. That's how he gets that effect.
That's why he always has that same look on his face. Is because he's perpetually smelling sauerkraut and BO.
Is that how they wash clothes out the Wyatt family compound?
In the bayou, man, the Wyatt Bayou.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, dude, crazy. I didn't see the Miz Golden Globes after party, but I'm sure Damian Mizdow was awesome.
He stole the show. He said, I saw one clip where it says Miz like wanted to thank George Clooney, his good friend, for winning like an award at the Golden Globes, and that maybe one day George Clooney could win an award like the Slammy like Miz does. And then you hear about this movie Boyhood?
No.
It's like where it's Patricia Arquette and I think Ethan Hawke are the two main actor and actresses, and it's like a kid. They film it over the course of 13 years.
Whoa.
Like they film like a scene a year, I guess, and they just released it this year. So it's like the lifetime of this boy like growing up, like this actor growing up. So it's not reality, but it's like I think it's like a plot, and then I think that's like the main concept. It's up for a lot of awards, I guess.
Whoa.
But Miz said he was doing a parody of that and secretly filming Miz around the house, doing a new for a new documentary called Manhood, so people can know how to be a man like Miz. He's gonna film it for the next like 13 years or something. I don't know. I guess he's trying to make a joke out of that, but
oh my gosh. Freaking Miz. Go back to selling orange juice, dude. Just give us Miz out, dude. That's all I want.
yeah, no, it's all about Mizdow. I'm looking forward to that feud though, dude. Whenever they break up, I don't know, because everyone wants to see Mizdow like break it off. So they're slow burn with that.
But who does he become? Who does Mizdow become?
That's a good question, man. He can't go back to being like the intellectual savior of the masses.
I loved that role.
I
dude.
love that too, man. I don't know why they gave up on it. That seems like so cool. The robe and stuff. That was great.
It was perfect, dude. He was perfectly put together. I just don't. They gave him dumb matches. I feel like, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
He lost his cash in on the freaking
Yep.
John Cena, and then like he never was the same after that.
No, you know what it was? There could have been an excellent feud between him and
Cody
Rhodes.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, and that was exactly at Money in the Bank, and there was no resolve.
They
Absolutely
did one match
none.
at SummerSlam, and then but it wasn't like a big match. And then that was it. Yeah, they didn't do anything really after that, which is kind of stupid. They could have drawn that out for a little longer. I thought they were gonna draw that out and have like Cody win back the Money in the Bank briefcase or something like that. They could have. I thought that would have been cooler. Instead, he turned into Stardust, which I don't know what they're up to now.
Well, I know we're trying to pack a lot into our episode 2 here. I just want to make sure that we got enough time. We're gonna have to take a little break here in just a wee bit. But
We got like 5 minutes till break, or how much we got till break?
yeah, let's give it about 3 minutes to break.
Okay, the other bullet point I'd want to talk about is Stephanie McMahon questions Daniel Bryan's decision to return to the ring. So that's really cool. So Stephanie McMahon, Daniel Bryan's coming out to announce that he's back. Well, he already announced he's back. He's already in the Royal Rumble, but I don't know what he was coming out for. I guess Stephanie McMahon interrupted him and saying how he's still a B-plus player because A-plus players win the title and they keep it. And I think he dropped the title shortly after WrestleMania, so he's still like a B-plus player in her eyes.
That's definitely a dig, and he didn't really lose the title.
No, he got stripped of it, dude. Yeah, he just kind of lost it due to injury. So but his first match is on SmackDown tomorrow night or Thursday night tonight
Against Kane.
against Kane, dude. So they always put on a good match together, even though Kane's like on the twilight of his career. Daniel Bryan kind of brings out the best of him. So I kind of look forward to that. Hopefully, see what kind of that feud goes into the Royal Rumble.
Which I think is well deserved. Just on a side note here, I watched on the WWE Network and was very pleased. I'm very pleased to announce there is a great special on. It's a Monday Night War type documentary, Sting and Undertaker.
Whoa!
And it talks about how Sting, during his reign of being Silent Crow Sting, brought in more ratings for WCW, and that at the same time as when Undertaker was doing Ministry of Darkness and had Kane come out for the first time.
Oh man, this brother, yeah, he was like teasing did a bunch of promos, and he came out and I forgot what pay per view. It interrupted some pay per view and kind of
Hell
cost.
in the Cell, dude.
Oh, it was
It
him
was
and Shawn Michaels? Yeah, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Yeah, it was a Hell in the Cell match. Yeah.
Yep. So it was crazy. So to see that Undertaker at the time was holding up WWE at the time that Sting was perpetuating.
Oh man, that's kind of
I think that's the right
yeah.
word.
That's cool, man. And now all these years later, will they meet at
Will
WrestleMania?
they finally meet at WrestleMania for a cribbage match?
For an arm wrestling contest.
Bingo night at
Body slam
WrestleMania.
challenge. They're not that old. Come on, man.
Hell nah, man.
The
Cribbage
silent
match.
dig.
Silent dig. No, man.
Bocce
I've
ball.
always been saying that would be my favorite match, and I still stand by that. To
Dude,
this
the
day.
entrances would be the entrances to the match would be so epic. Oh god, that'd be so
God.
awesome.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'd cry, dude. I would just cry. I would cry. I would
A boyhood's dream right there.
It totally would be. Oh, I'd mark out, dude. I would mark the fudge out, dude. I'm marking out right now. Damn.
Can't wait for Royal Rumble. Can't wait
Oh
till
my
the
god, dude.
WrestleMania.
I'm really excited for 2015, dude. Freaking 2015 WWE, 2015 wrestling, pro wrestling. Because there's a new wave coming. There's a new wave coming.
We're gonna ride that wave, man.
We
Right?
have to ride. We are riding that wave. There is no damn choice. We have set sail, and we're riding this wave.
Ride it right into a commercial break.
Thanks for listening to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show. You can find us on the web at www.brosbefore4elbows.com. And of course, that links to our other social media sites. Just search Bros Before 4 Elbows on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and iTunes. Have thoughts, opinions, or input? Reach out and tag in. Thanks for listening. And now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show. Back from our commercial break, talking about the excitement of the upcoming 2015 year of wrestling.
So many things to get excited about besides like just the Royal Rumble and the road to WrestleMania. So NXT, some TNA, ROH, New Japan coming to US TV. So a lot of cool things.
I am excited about this new interest, this further interest, I should say, or this expanding interest into indie wrestling. And I have to hand it to NXT. This is a cool time in wrestling where you have a giant company like WWE, like the company, right? As far as just the mega house, right? Where everybody
The
kind of wants
Pepsi,
to
the
be.
Coke.
The Pepsi, the Coke, you know? And then they create a developmental team kind of focusing on indie. And that now kind of brings to light, wow, where are some of these dudes coming from? So if
Yeah.
you haven't been checking out ROH or even TNA for that matter, I don't think anybody from TNA has really gone to NXT, primarily ROH and some other promotions. Kind of seeing where these developmental guys are coming from in other promotions opens up this whole new world of promotions and whole new world of wrestlers and angles and styles and all of this fun stuff. So what I'm excited for is now all of these different kind of hierarchies in a sense and just different areas of pro wrestling that's coming out and about, and it's vast coolness.
No, yeah, it's definitely like different versions of everything because WB is its own big, like, gigantic monster, but NXT is kind of like its own, like, little subset of, like, its own, like, little universe. And they could do, like, old school storylines because they're on, like, once a week and they're only an hour long and they're, like, big events. I think they only do, like, 3 or 4 a year. So, like, their big events are kind of like our big events, like, they're 2-hour specials or whatever. So, it's cool. It's like a different style. The TNA's got its own reboot with the new channel, new day. ROH doing cross promotions of New Japan, doing their thing. They're doing on pay-per-view stuff now. New Japan getting on US TV. They're going to be on Access channel, which is like, I think, 301 on DirecTV or something like that. The 300's on DirecTV, which is kind of cool. So they're going to be once a week on Friday nights, I think, too. So lots of stuff to dive into and whet your appetite.
You know, I'm going to answer the question of the day early, simply because it totally fits into this. totally fits into this topic. My resolution is to just completely immerse myself into more pro wrestling than I've ever done before. Before it was, I'd watch TNA and I'd watch WWE, right? Not a whole lot of ROH until you actually sent me that article about Kevin Steen eating a fan's hot dog. Which all comes back to hot
And now
dogs.
look, he's on NXT, dude.
And now he's on freaking NXT, dude. I hope he eats someone's hot dog, dude. It'd be so rad. But either way, man, so Mr. Wrestling ROH and just this absurd guy, and that's what's really got me into watching Ring of Honor and then seeing all these guys come out of Ring of Honor into TNA and into WWE and now into NXT. So my resolution is, and here's kind of the calendar, right? So
Okay.
Monday, you got Raw.
True.
Tuesday, you got a day off, right? Wednesday, you got NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, you have, I think, SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown moves to Thursday now. Yeah.
Friday, you now have TNA.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, if you have a subscription to ROH.com, which is super cheap, I think it's like, I'm not going to quote any prices because I'll totally botch it and someone's going to get pissed off. Like, but Anthony
angry
said
letters.
on the road before Elbow showed and it was a penny forever. So I'm like,
We have toothless listeners who call up the ROH offices complaining.
No. No toothless listeners, just, somebody that's trying to take advantage of the system. That's all I'm saying. But, so you got Saturday ROH, and if you want to check out Portland DOA, I think they have some stuff online. They're on Saturday, I think, as well, on some affiliate channel here in Portland. I'll find out more about that. But either way,
that. You gotta record. I think
they actually have webisodes, though, man. That's what I'm thinking. And don't quote me on that. They said that there was webisodes. I don't know.
I love this loyal fan, this loyal toothless fan who hangs on every word.
No, man, but that's what, and then, yeah, man, and Sundays, you got pay-per-views.
True, you got pay-per-views, man, or even Saturday night. I think ROH does pay-per-views too, if you want to mix it up. I mean, like, you could totally mix it up every week, man, and just
one of those days,
a lot to digest.
Absolutely, one of those days I think is New Japan too. I don't know exactly what day, but
I think they're doing Friday night. This Friday is their debut, January 16th, is what I saw, because I saw it on YouTube, and they're showing like their match of the year from, I think, 2014, which is like an hour-long match, but it's just totally different style of wrestling, so I'm excited about that too, to see what they put on YouTube and see what they do with their show, their presentation and stuff, so that's cool too, seeing
that's
different
what's
styles of presentation.
Exactly, man. TNA's got this great reboot. A lot of people turning evil. Eric Young's turned evil. Looks like Samoa
crazy.
Joe's turned evil. Bobby Young or Bobby Roode is now the mega face of the company. Hell, if I
Crazy.
know where Bully Ray is, but I don't even know if he's there anymore. Jeff Hardy takes this gnarly bump that everybody thinks he's dead. Maybe he is. I don't know, but it makes me interested in the product even that much more.
True, man. And ROH, Jay Briscoe, Adam Cole had a great feud. I think they're having their next pay-per-view on March 1st in Las Vegas, their 13th anniversary show, which is like really cool. It's like, oh man, if I was a single man with no kids and no responsibility, I'd totally like drive up there and just check it out. But yeah, so their next pay-per-view is on March 1st, and they still got Jay Lethal, they got the Red Dragons, Young Bucks. I mean, all the great tag teams, a bunch of stuff coming. They lost
Styles, freaking.
Oh gosh, Michael Elgin. I mean,
dude, Kazarian, Christopher Daniels,
Alberto Del Rio, man.
Alberto Del Patron, dude.
El Patron.
Dude, that's crazy, dude. Freaking. Who else is there, dude? It's another guy.
I mean, they still do stuff with New Japan. I think at their final, I think it's called Final Battle. And they were showing December. They had some people from Japan too come over, some Japanese wrestlers too, which is always cool to see too as well. So they still got that like kind of like handshake agreement too as well.
Man, that's freaking cool. So just goes to show that this year in 2015, my resolution is to try to consume as much freaking pro wrestling as possible.
We ripping up your 2014 resolution right there.
I'm done with this show. No, the Anthony said he's quitting the show.
Oh God, I love that. He should be the third, but he should guest host if one of us can't make it one time. I think he should step to the booth. I think he's earned his keep in this last 10-minute segment.
Oh my gosh, man. We moving on. So here we go. The B4E. If you don't know what that stands for, listen to me. It stands for bros before elbows. The number 4, which is how you search for us on search engines and social media websites. It's our 2014 awards ceremony.
Oh, Macho! So glad to have Macho Man here, the 2015 WWE Hall of Famer. Yeah, man, a lot to go through. I was super excited putting together this list. I was looking all around for different categories and different things, and we've got some current categories and some of our debuting categories too for our first award show. So we got on our tuxes, we got on our envelopes, and we got some gold statues to hand out. First up is match of the year. Do you want to read these off, or do you want me to read them off?
Dude, read it off.
First nominee, the Wyatt family versus Shield from Elimination Chamber. Second nominee, Sami Zayn versus Cesaro at NXT Arrival. Third nominee, Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania 30. Fourth nominee, The Shield versus Evolution at Extreme Rules. Fifth nominee, Red Dragons, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus the Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson at ROH War of the Worlds. Sixth nominee, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose from an episode of Raw. It was right before SummerSlam. And the last nominee, Sami Zayn versus Adrian Neville at NXT TakeOver. Whew, so, oh man, what are you thinking first? What are you thinking silver medalist? What are you thinking gold medalist? What are you thinking? Who's your choice? I think mine comes down to personal favorite, Red Dragons versus Young Bucks, and that was on the table. And the other one was Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, because I just love the entrances. I love the pageantry of WrestleMania. But those are just completely contradicting things, though. So it kind of comes down to those two for me. What about you?
In terms of wrestling, Red Dragon. Any day of the week. I watched that match again, and I had the same emotions as I did the first time I watched it. Hearing Super Kick from Steve Corino, I want a shirt printed of Steve Corino's face, and it just saying Super Kick just right above his head. Would be brilliant. Hearing Super Kick! Super Kick! Just melting over the amount of super kicks. There is again a copious amount of super kicks during that match, enough to where the teammates tombstone pile drive each other and then take a super kick.
He kicked out the legs of like Bobby Fish, and then so he made Bobby Fish tombstone Kyle O'Reilly, and then Kyle O'Reilly, and then Bobby Fish gets a super kick in the face after tombstoning his own partner
and kicked out. Right afterward.
There was one where I think it was Kyle O'Reilly like ran against the apron, and he runs, he goes for like a flying knee off the apron and eats a super kick on the outside. Yes! I thought Kyle O'Reilly was dead. I thought he was dead. The camera angle, they caught it perfectly. Oh, that was beautiful.
They done killed him dead.
They done killed him dead. And the only other match I would think of it was a Sami Zayn versus Adrian Neville, which is it was like a 30-minute match. It was on the WWE Network. Sami Zayn finally beats Adrian Neville, and then after the match, Kevin Owens turns on Sami Zayn, which I thought was great too, which is kind of a good element to that, setting off that feud for the next year in NXT. So it was so good, man. I could watch that matchup. That was kind of one that gave you like the kind of the same kind of butterflies, like that Daniel Bryan beating Triple H or beating Randy Orton, David Batista. Like Sami Zayn finally got the NXT belt, and he's finally the bride, not the bridesmaid. So that was kind of a cool one too.
What I really liked about that match in itself, not only was the wrestling incredible, but the fans, the fan interaction. I actually think there was a chant marking out. I believe there was. I know it was during that specific. You know what? It might have actually that might have actually been the Finn Balor match. But I think it came back during their match too. But either way, those dudes put on an impressive show. But the crowd was behind Sami Zayn, dude. They were behind Sami Zayn, and that interaction and that intimate of a small spot, man, is so cool. That made that match awesome. Plus, they're both incredibly incredibly amazing at their craft.
Yes, for sure. So I think we're going for Red Dragons versus the Young Bucks for the Bros Before Elbows match of the year.
Absolutely, dude. Please watch that match. Again, go to ROH.com. Subscribe for the freaking thing. You can watch it on their TV thing. There's a section called TV. Scroll down this week, and they actually go through. Randy Mercer is I think their announcer guy or their promo guy for recaps and stuff. Amazing, super fun. But they actually show that match last. But they go through AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong, and then they go through a couple other matches throughout the year. But they end it with, which they deemed as the match of the year in 2014, Young Bucks versus Red Dragon War of the Worlds. So check it out because it is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic.
All right, next category, our boy of the year. We always say our boy, aka our bro of the year. The nominees are number 1, Dolph Ziggler, Ziggy Puff. Number 2, Kevin Steen, the hot dog eating machine. Number 3, Sami Zayn, the ultimate underdog. And number 4, Dave Batista Dad. So 4 very unique nominees, 4 different nominees for our boy of the year of 2014, who got the most our boy mentions. This is tough, man. It's like picking your favorite puppy. You're at the puppy kennel, dude. You have to pick 4, and they're all looking up at you. Their puppy dog guys saying, "Take me home."
Guys, pick me up, pet me.
I want to take home the chunky Kevin Steen puppy. I want to take home the puppy that bumps really hard like Dolph Ziggler. The Sami Zayn, a little punk rock puppy, or the Dave Batista puppy who's wearing sunglasses inside.
His blue whitey tighties.
Remember that one time Dave Batista ripped his pants trying to get Batista bomb on someone on Raw? That was a great moment.
Oh, Batista Dad, pull your pants up. You're in public, Batista Dad.
Oh, man. I think it comes down for me between Kevin Steen and Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler had a really great year. Some ups and downs, man, but he had a really good year. That Survivor Series when Sting helped him out was really cool. That was a really cool moment for Ziggler. So that was really cool. But seeing Kevin Steen transform into Kevin Owens, seeing him wrestle in ROH for the first 6 months of the year, and then debut in I think November or December for NXT was kind of cool as Kevin Owens. So I think it comes down to those two. But for me, what about you,
dude?
It's tough. Our boy.
I'm going with Ziggler, dude. I'm going with my man Ziggy, dude. I have to, dude.
He's been down in the dumps, man. He had a tough 2013 too as well. He had a concussion. He had lost to Alberto Del Rio. I mean, he didn't really have a good reign as world champion. So I think I'll go with Ziggler too, man. If it comes down to that, I'll give our boy Ziggler our boy of the year award for 2014.
And to also give some legitimacy to that too is, not to really expose the pecking order, but let's be real, dude. WWE is the echelon, right? That's the creme de la creme.
True.
And Ziggy's being in the spotlight to where not only did he win at Survivor Series, but he's had the freaking world title and had a huge pop for that, despite injuries from freaking boat anchor Swagger. I hate that guy, dude. Punch him in the face, but whatever, man. He'd kick my ass if I did, but that's cool. You kick my ass, dude. It's cool, man. Sign my bruise. But no, man, the fact that he's in WWE and really, I mean, when he comes back, because we all know, I'm going to smark out, dude. He's coming back. We all know that. He has to. Where else is he going to go? Go to ROH, dude. That'd be so sick. But either way, he's coming back. So he's in the spotlight. He's going to be getting it. But Kevin Owens is now coming to be like a big top dog in NXT, but he's not in WWE Raw. He's not there yet. Mm-hmm. So my man for 2014 definitely is Dolph Ziggler.
Next category, breakout wrestler of the year. Got a couple nominees. First nominee, Ethan Carter III for TNA. Nominee number 2.
Trouble.
Dean Ambrose. Number 3, Seth Rollins. Number 4, Rusev. Number 5, Paige. Yeah, Paige. Because look, I think we're knocking on page. I had to include a woman in there. I had to include divas somewhere in there. So she kind of, I think it was the breakout diva of the year. But I think it comes down to, man, Ethan Carter was a really good heel for TNA. He was like a really good heel. And the way he interacted with the crowd there, I mean, he's really good. I mean, he kind of came out of nowhere. But Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, I mean, they're kind of going 1-2. I think Dean Ambrose kind of fell off in the back half of the year. And then Rusev, definitely a dude I would bet against this time last year. Or I don't know if he even debuted yet, but even going into WrestleMania and coming out, I did not think he'd get this big of a push. But he's got the U.S. title, man. He's getting a super big push. He hasn't lost all year, I don't think. So that's gonna hang it. That's something to say there right there. So I'm kind of torn on this one. What about you?
You know what, man? EC3. And I say that with confidence because
wow, no doubt.
No doubts, dude. Here's why. TNA's going through this wacky, turbulent, whatever it was, right? But you have a guy that's still keeping his crap together. He's keeping his character together. He's feuding with big dudes. He's awesome on the mic. Excellent personality. And he's it. He's the package. He's the guy that you want and need to not only keep things funny, entertaining, but also interesting in a time when everything was kind of in shambles. So EC3, absolutely. Seth Rollins would have been my second pick, but there was a lot of uncertainty going into him as far as the breakup of the Shield. Everybody thought it was going to be Reigns. A lot of people thought it was going to be Rollins or Ambrose. But then it turns out to be then it turns out to be Seth Rollins, which is excellent, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't always have to be WWE. It just kind of seems like, and this isn't a bash on Seth Rollins because I love him, but it kind of seems like, cool, they can go that route with Rollins, but I don't think he was like a major breakout. He kind of seemed like, in most people's opinion, and please tell me if I'm wrong, he was kind of the last guy that most people thought would be in the position he's in now.
No, probably, yeah. If you were taking bets at the beginning of the year, especially after Roman Reigns, like he eliminated like 11 people in the Royal Rumble this time last year, and Dean Ambrose was the kind of the mouthpiece for the Shield while they were together. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, I guess he probably would be the last. I mean, a lot of people probably would have picked him last. But yeah, it's crazy, kind of crazy now that he's feuding with Cena and Brock Lesnar going to Royal Rumble. How far that dude's rocket strapped to his back has gone. So props.
Which I don't want to undermine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's incredible. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. But for an underdog, as far as like a company that's kind of like, that's a storyline in itself. EC3 has been amazing. Yeah, I think he's been amazing. So I would say breakout wrestler of the year, in my opinion, is EC3. Trouble.
Yeah, man, I agree with you, man. EC3 is like there was a tire fire going around him. There was like a bums fighting in the back and people fighting stuff, everything going on in the background. But if EC3 was on the mic, you kind of pay attention to it. If something happened on TNA on Thursday night and people were talking about it on Friday morning, it's probably something to do with EC3 and one of his feuds. Because if I'm using the breakout wrestlers, kind of someone who started from zero and how far he shot up the ladder since then. I think Seth Rollins kind of started at a higher place than EC3 at the beginning of 2014, but EC3 kind of he went up the most rungs.
Yeah, he did squashes. He did what Ryback couldn't do, which still do squash but feud with big time dudes.
No, he's the complete package. So I think that TNA's got a gem there. So I'll go with EC3 too. I'll give him that vote. So it's kind of interesting. So our first for match of the year, ROH goes to an ROH match. Our boy of the year goes to a WWE wrestler, and now our breakout wrestler goes to a TNA wrestler. So diversity so far. And we still got 4 more awards to hand out.
The feud of the year. Bing, bing, bing.
I like that sounder. First nominee, Daniel Bryant versus The Authority. Second nominee, Adam Cole versus Jay Briscoe. Third nominee, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. Fourth nominee, The Shield versus Evolution. Fifth nominee, Sami Zayn versus Adrian Neville. Sixth nominee, The Shield versus the Wyatt family. And the seventh nominee, CM Punk versus the WWE. What am I thinking? I want to say Daniel Bryan versus the Authority is the one that pops off right at the page to me. It's the first one on the ABC order. Just because that dominated the first like kind of 4 months, but then kind of fell off the last 6 months, was kind of confusing. I like the Shield versus the Evolution, but that guy wasn't fast enough. That wasn't it didn't go on long enough. And same thing with Shield for the Wyatt family. Those two produced a lot of matches together. Those two feuds, but they didn't really burn bright enough. So, man, then CM Punk versus WWE. That's kind of all behind the scenes stuff. There wasn't really any storyline to it. It's kind of a reality to that. So I don't know about that one. What do you think?
This is a really hard category simply because of everything you just mentioned. I want to say Daniel exactly. I want to say Daniel Bryan versus the Authority. That was like end of 2013 into 2014, which was amazing. That is how you want that. That's never been done. 2 wins in a WrestleMania to become the champ. That's incredible. I would say as far as CM Punk versus WWE, yeah, that's a lot of backstory stuff, but it wasn't really like, I don't know, in terms of a feud with an agreeable resolve.
Yeah,
It just kind of came to be. But again, I would say as far as an actual storyline goes that went through the motions of being a storyline, committed for an excellent length of time, and is still kind of somewhat ongoing, I'd say Adam Cole and Jay Briscoe.
Oh man, yeah, no, that was really good. It produced a lot of good matches, and you could kind of go through all throughout the year. There's a really good video on ROH's YouTube where they're kind of like previewing Final Battle, and they show like Adam Cole beating Jay Briscoe, and then it said Jay Briscoe's dad said, Papa Briscoe said, if the man beats you, you gotta shake his hand. So Jay Briscoe shakes Adam Cole's hand, and then he turns around, and then Adam Cole super kicks Jay Briscoe. That's Adam Cole the path towards heelness, and it kind of kicked off that feud, and continued all the way throughout the year. That's a really good one. Man, I'm gonna go vote for Daniel Bryan versus the Authority because I think that was my favorite one of the year. But
that's what I'm going with. I'm gonna agree with you on that. That gave me joy.
Yeah, so it gave me a little legitimate question because I didn't think he could beat Triple H. I didn't think he'd beat like Randy Orton, Dave Batista. It kind of had me questioning it all the way through the end of WrestleMania, which is kind of cool. It wasn't like a good set answer. It was kind of questioning all throughout. But all these feuds kind of have holes in it. It's not just one dominant feud like past years have had.
Yeah, true. Truth. Trouble.
Next category.
This is the bros before elbows. Flying elbow drop. Pew, off the top of the cage. Of the year.
The nominees are Batista Dad grabs the third mic on our show. The Ultimate Warrior tribute episode of our show. Roman Reigns defeats The Undertaker play-by-play moment of our show. The Bros Before Elbows movie episode of our show. The Super Kick Party invades our episode show. And Picking the Survivor Series team show. So those are all moments from our episodes over the last couple of years I kind of piled together. So, what do you think? I'm thinking Batista Dad or Roman Reigns versus Undertaker play-by-play.
Roman Reigns versus Undertaker, dude, play-by-play. That was all natural, dude. That was all. There was a projector screen in my head, dude, and it was playing, and it was real, dude. It happened. That match happened in my head. And it was beautiful.
No, man, that was the ultimate mark-out moment. I kind of agree with you, man. That kind of, like, we stopped recording, we hung up on Skype, and I was still, like, thinking about it, like, while I was brushing my teeth and getting ready for bed. It was just funny. You wake up in the middle of the night thinking about that.
Isn't that great, dude? It was perfect.
No, it was great, man. No, it was great, man. I want to go back and listen to it. I think, I forgot which episode it's from, but I think it's episode, like, either 9 or 10. But it was fun, man. Roman Reigns versus Undertaker play-by-play from like a WrestleMania in the future. That was great. Go back and listen to that. Yeah, I wish we could like pull that audio and just like isolate it and just like drop it in an episode one time. It'd be funny.
Absolutely, man. That can be done. Play-by-play.
Nice, dude. So
that could be, just thinking off the top of my dome, that could be kind of a fun, maybe a new segment we'll try for a show. Maybe like a fantasy play-by-play.
No, man, that'd be good, man, because that's kind of what we did with the Survivor Series teams. When me, you, and Theron had a team, we are kind of like projecting what we're gonna do, how the teams are gonna match up against. So that was kind of fun. Yeah, that's kind of two of our more fun moments of the show for the past 365 days.
365 days, one whole revolution around the sun.
What's the next category of this
Moment of the year.
wrestling moment of the year? First nominee, Brock Lesnar beats the streak. Second, the shocked guy already just popped up from the crowd. Daniel Bryan leaves the Wyatt family. Third, Daniel Bryan beats Triple H at WrestleMania 30.
How did that happen?
Brock Lesnar suplex John Cena to death.
That was crazy.
Seth Rollins turns on his brothers in the Shield.
Messed up.
Sting debuts in the WWE finally.
And fights The Undertaker for all the gold.
I don't think that happened, but last nominee, Sami Zayn wins the NXT Championship.
And gets packaged pile drived through the top of the stadium
That
by
didn't happen.
Kevin Owens.
That would be amazing too. I'm thinking the streak, because that was crazy, or I think maybe broke both Brock Lesnar's. Brock Lesnar suplex John Cena to death at SummerSlam. I'm kind of torn on. Or the Shield kind of breakup was pretty sweet too. But then there's the Sting debuts. There's so many. And there's like Daniel Bryan. I mean, when that happened, even the Daniel Bryan leaves Wyatt family, which is kind of like maybe like 7th or 8th, that was still like an amazing moment inside the cage when everyone's doing the yes chant and like he wakes up from this trance of like 2 weeks. That was great too.
Oh,
So
that's freaking crazy.
so many good moments. I guess marked like all like 7 of these I marked out for pretty hard. These 7 moments are the reason why you watch wrestling, basically. Why you watched it when you were a kid and why you still watch it as an adult for moments like this.
Dude, I would say. Oh my gosh, dude! I don't. The fact that the streak got broken is incredible in itself. Mm-hmm. Do I think the match could have been? And I understand Undertaker took a gnarly bump in the beginning.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Slowed
he got a
him
concussion like on the first F5.
God, that sucks.
Sucks, yeah.
And
sucks. Could have been a totally different match if he didn't like eat a hard bump like that.
So the fact that the match was really slow,
yeah, it wasn't a good match.
It was a moment, which was
a great moment.
Very big. Exactly, it was a great moment. But I don't think it was, as far as elongating a moment. I don't feel like that was the moment of the year. It was a moment of the year, a very big moment of the year, but not the moment. Daniel Bryan leaves the Wyatt family. What the hell was that to begin with? Who the hell invited Vince Russo back into the freaking office for a day, gives him a pen and paper, and says, "Dude, we need something. We need something."
Take us back to WCW in 2000. Recreate that magic.
Vince Russo, we need some showdowns. All right, I got this great idea. We're just gonna throw Wyatt we're just gonna throw Daniel Bryan, the Wyatt family, man.
Like, what the heck, dude? No, screwy. Not the moment of the year. Daniel Bryan beats Triple H at WrestleMania 30. Brock Lesnar suplexes John Cena to death. Those were 16 excellent moments. But I don't think it was the moment.
Okay.
Seth Rollins turns on the Shield. That was pretty crazy. But I don't know, because it had to happen at some point. But a lot of people were like, Shield's going to stay around forever. How are they going to break up? Okay, cool.
I still miss the Shield, dude. My little Tommy, if my 5-year-old still misses the Shield, he still refers to Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose as the Shield every time they're on Raw.
I know. I miss him too. But Sting debuts in WWE. That was sick. That was sick. Sami Zayn wins the NXT Championship. Even cooler. Super cool. Mega cool. But Daniel Bryan beats Triple H at WrestleMania 30 and then wins the freaking WWE Championship. That is the moment of the year, man. That is your resolve. That is how you freaking bookend it, dude. That's my moment of the year, man.
No, I agree. That's like the Hollywood scripting. The Oscar goes to best screenplay. It was that's when yeah, that was WWE at its best, man. Seeing the opening, it was cool that they opened WrestleMania with Daniel Bryan with Triple H too, which is kind of cool. You're like, what? I mean, you were watching the pre-show and stuff and everything on the network, but like to see that as the first match, the official match, that was kind of cool. It was like, whoa, like S got just real, man. Like,
Whiz bang boom. Started
yeah.
off with a bang.
Yeah, and then have him finish that. Yeah, I think that's the accumulation of everything. That's probably the moment of the year. I agree. So it comes down to it, the final category.
Wrestler of the year.
And the nominees are number 1, Dean Ambrose. Number 2, Daniel Bryan. Number 3, Brock Lesnar. Number 4, Seth Rollins. Number 5, Dolph Ziggler. Number 6, Sami Zayn. I
Zack
think it's
Ryder.
a write-in vote wins the category. The bunny from Adam Rose, who is Zack Ryder secretly.
I would love to get Zack Ryder on the show for the record. 2015 goal. Zack Ryder, if you're listening to the Bros Before Elbows, just know that we plug you all the time, man.
We do, man. We give you a push, man.
Hey, man.
You're always welcome on the
You're
third
the
mic.
internet champ, and we respect that. And we love that, and you should
We recognize that title.
recognize.
Okay, for me, it comes down to a 3-horse race, which is the guys in the middle. It's either Daniel Bryan for his just 4 months of supercharged run, Brock Lesnar from what he did from WrestleMania to SummerSlam, because he didn't really do anything after that, but those 2 wins are pretty damn impressive. Or Seth Rollins, man, coming from being the leader of not the leader of the Shield, a key member of the Shield, breaking up the Shield, winning the Money in the Bank, and then being the main heel while being the main heel of the Authority ever since Randy Orton got kicked out of it. So I think comes out of those three is not a nominee.
The only thing I would nominate for Wrestler of the Year is the Randy Orton and the Vine videos.
In the what video?
The Vine videos.
Oh,
Those
God.
Like
Yes.
Random RKOs.
RKO, everyone God, the kid who fell down the stairs on the skateboard. Ugh. That kid done dead.
That kid don't dead. They don't kill him dead. Kill him dead, Pa. They don't kill him dead. Man, Wrestler of the Year. Ambrose, Bryan, Lesnar, Rollins, Ziggler, Zayn. All in the ring at the same time.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, what a match. What a 7-way elimination match.
Man, I immediately want to go to Bryan, but it sucks about his injury, dude.
Yeah.
It really does.
But can it be Brock Lesnar? Because he had the 2 biggest, like, he won the title, he's the champion, and he beat the streak. Like, that's like 2 big feathers in your cap right there.
You know?
Or could it be Seth Rollins? Kind of the surprise.
I'm going with Lesnar, dude.
Brock Lesnar defeats the streak and superplexes 16 times, all the way from the top, the cream and the crop. While the match is done, you gotta look your opponent in the eyes and you gotta see the fear. When you capitalize on that and you say, hey, you don't stand a chance, I'm crazy, I'm gonna take you apart, boy. Oh, come here, superplex, now, super kick, now, superplex, elbow drop from the top rope.
That was a crossbreed between Paul Heyman, Macho Man, and Johnny B. Batters. I heard a lot of meows in there. Ernest the Cat Miller snuck in there. Freaking, but yeah, man, I endorse the Brock Lesnar thing too as well, man. Which is kind of crazy, but he's considering he's a part-time dude, but he made an impact, man. If you're gonna wrestle 4 times in a year, you're gonna go win all 4 matches and you beat the Undertaker and you destroy John Cena. That's a good resume to have. So Brock Lesnar, the Bros Before Elbows, 2014 Wrestler of the Year. Put a stamp on it. F5.
Put a stamp on it and eat a sub sandwich
From Jimmy John's. They'll make it for you really fast. Where's our Jimmy John's sponsorship?
Yeah, hey, Jimmy John's. I'd like a bag of chips.
They have good pickles, too.
Or a water cup.
They sell their day old bread for like $1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could buy their like a loaf of bread from them after yesterday's bread. You could buy it for like $1 or $2.
Hey, man, put it in the
Take it home,
freezer.
take it home, man. Make your own sandwich.
Yeah, why not? Man, that's cool.
I guess there's the trend on Twitter, off the rails, that people calling sandwiches that they make Subway at home or something. Like I made my own. They take a picture of the sandwich they made at home and they call it Subway at home or something. It's like the most like lowest form of human life. I don't know, dude.
So
It's
basically, people are just making sandwiches at home and taking pictures of it?
and calling, yeah, it's Subway at home. Hashtag Subway at home. I made a Subway sandwich. It's just like a ham sandwich between two pieces of white bread. Like the saddest sandwiches that you could possibly. And some people make really nice sandwiches and take a picture of it, post on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and it's just like the new trend is Subway at home.
I don't understand.
I don't know. This is one of those stupid viral things that no one can understand. I don't get it either. It's just like
I had a salami pastrami and pepperoni in provolone on a bagel.
ooh, that's take a picture of it and say it's Subway at home.
I will do
doesn't
that.
have bagels.
Bros Before Elbows says, hey, go home and make your own sandwich.
Yeah, go listen to this podcast, make a nice sandwich for yourself, and then go re-listen to the podcast again. Or send it to a friend and listen with a friend.
Yeah, you know what? If you like us, retweet us. And if you like us, hey, tell your friends. Why the heck not? We're fun, right?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, like us on Facebook, shoot us a comment on Cage Side, and subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes. Hey, iTunes in 2015. We're big on
iTunes. And, hey, check out our website, www.brosbefore4elbows.com. We got a lot of good things coming up for 2015. We're going to be doing some new stuff, branching out, learning more, seeing more wrestling. I had to burp. That was a wine burp. Woo!
more interviews, more content, more sponsors, maybe some giveaways, all good stuff in 2015. We're riding that wave, and we're riding straight to the top. That wave of creamy goodness that you put in your coffee. The cream rises to the top like Macho Man.
Rises to the top. Can you dig it? This episode of the Bros Before Elbows show is brought to you by our friends
at Connor's Cure. Connor Mason Magalik is the inspiration for the fund. Seriously, Connor's Cure. Donations will provide funds for pediatric brain and spinal cancer research and medical care for children and their families.
That's important stuff, because families are important, and we love families. Crush cancer by texting
children to 90999 for a $5 donation, or go to givetochildrens.org/Connor's Cure. This is a big thing. In all seriousness, let's crush cancer, because that's messed up.
Great cause. We're all about great causes here at the Bros Before Elbows show.
Thanks for listening to the Season 2, Episode 4 of the Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Podcast. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and maybe Pinterest. Maybe we have a sandwich recipe. Subway at home.
Yeah, we'll be big on Pinterest in 2015. Maybe we'll have a guest next time you're listening to us.
If you want Theron to come back, hashtag Bros Before Elbows. Bring back our friend Theron, who's really fun.
Rally for Darren on Facebook.
Rally for Darren on Facebook.
Elbow drops your friends, people.
The Bros Before Elbows Pro Wrestling Show is an AC Rocket Ship production.